Jerry, thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Sure.
What I want to do before I get started is I want to ask you a couple questions. The reason I want to ask you a couple of these questions is because I understand, realize your time is very valuable, and I don't want to waste your time nor mine.
Good.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to figure out if I can help you. Because if I can't, I want to shake your hands, be friends, and go on and give you your time back.
Fair enough.
Now, if I do, I'm going to show you some solutions that we may have to help you. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Good.
Okay. Now, Jerry, how many full-time employees do you have again?
We have 20 full-time employees.
Okay. Do you offer any medical insurance currently?
We do just the basic insurance.
Who's your carrier?
We're using right now currently United Healthcare.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Jerry. Has your deductible gone up or down over the last couple of years?
Well, we've had to raise the deductible because of the premium increase.
Yeah. That was going to be my next question. So your premium's gone up or down?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Jerry, if there was a way that I could show you how you could, your deductible could be less and you could save money, would you be interested?
Sure.
Yeah. How much of the coverage do you currently pay for the employees?
We're doing at 50%.
50%?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a big participation?
Yeah, we don't do too bad. We have about 75% participation in the program.
Okay. Do you know how much is it per employee right now? Do you know?
Let's see, they're paying, the average is about $425 for them, and I'm paying $425 too.
Oh, so about $850 per employee?
$850 a month, yeah.
You get 75% participation, that's good. Do you currently, is that being pre-taxed? Do you have a Section 125 in place?
No, that's not being pre-taxed.
And Jerry, let me ask you a question. What would be the reason behind that?
I was just pretty much scared of the taxation benefit of that. You have to worry about the paperwork and, the cost, and, I'm a one-man operation here as far as HR. It just seemed to be too much of a hassle to get that done.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Jerry. If I could show you a way to save you some money on your current taxes on top of where no paperwork for you, no headache for you, done completely free for you, would you be interested?
Yeah, sure, I'd be interested in that, as long as it didn't cost me.
Okay. Do you offer anything else like short-term, long-term disability, cancer?
Well, we do have Aflac in place.
Do you have Aflac?
Yeah, we sure do.
Okay.
And with them, I think we just basically have accident and, just a little bit of disability.
Yeah. Okay. How's that going?
It's going okay. Sometimes there are some issues, get some things taken care of, but I mean, it's okay.
Yeah. How many employees do you have participate in the plan? Do you?
It's pretty low, probably 9,
Yeah.
8 or 9.
So, let me ask you a question, Jared. You obviously see the need in these and letting your employees pay for it and the payroll deduct it, right?
Oh, yes.
You're doing that.
Yeah.
If there was a way, do you think your employees would be interested in saving money on products?
Of course.
Yeah, right.
Anybody would be.
So, Jerry, if I could show you a way that you could have your employees save some money and keeping a similar type of benefit, would you be interested in showing them that?
Sure. What's the reason why not?
Now, do you feel like all of your employees understand and appreciate all the benefits you provide for them?
Heck no, if they did, they wouldn't quit all the time.
I know the feeling, man. It happens quite often. Because when I look at your benefit portfolio, you offer so much great stuff, Jerry. I mean, with the 20 million size of 20 employees or stuff that you're giving these guys, a lot of these companies don't have that. And I want to congratulate you for doing that, first of all. But second of all, if I could show you a way to help your employees appreciate the benefits that you offer, like a third party saying, look at how great my employer is, would you be interested in that?
Sure. Now, right now, they think they pay everything, and I don't pay anything for it.
Yeah, I know, right? This is about how it always goes, right?
Yeah.
Also, let me ask you a question. Say you're king of the day, Jared. You've got absolute unlimited money, unlimited resources. What would be the one thing you would change about your current benefit package?
Have to be the disability. Probably.
Disability?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
It's got a long limitation period, and it doesn't pay but like, I think, 10 or 15% of its current.
Okay. If I could show you a better disability policy, would you be interested?
Sure. As long as it don't cost me anything.
Okay. Now, king of the day. Unlimited resources. What's the one thing you will not change? You do not want to change about what you offer right now.
I don't want to change the major medical that I have currently. I mean, they need that. I mean, the only thing they got's for me. So a lot of my people's families rely on that.
Okay. Another question, Jay. How are the benefits, how are the decisions made in your business for the benefits? Who makes final decision on whether or not benefits get offered?
Well, I have a person who actually kind of takes care of it, this office manager. She kind of takes care of the stuff and introduces to me, then I say, yeah, it's okay. Pretty much, I let her do what she wants to do.
Yeah. So should we get her involved in this conversation?
I would say probably when her, maybe this time, maybe for you to be, talking to her as well.
Okay. So we can go ahead and get her involved in the conversation right now as well.
Sure.
Get her in here so she can know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so Jared, again, how are the decisions made in your company for your benefits?
I make all the decisions.
Okay, so you're the only one that makes a final call on all the.
Yeah.
Okay, so we wouldn't need anybody else more. Great. Jared, again, I want to tell you thank you for answering these questions. That give me a lot of information so I can get right to a point and show you. On the bright side is there are a couple items that I showed that I think I'm going to be able to really help you out. I'm pretty excited about. Jared, have you ever heard of Colonial Life?
Yes, sure.
Okay. We've been around since 1939. We pioneered the payroll market back in the mid-50s. We've been a long-standing company in Columbia, South Carolina. I love to tell people, I love when folks want to look us up because you can't find much bad about us. We're a great company. We have a great name. We like to market ourselves as three companies in one: a benefits communication company, an enrollment company, and third of all, an insurance company, Jared. Okay? If you look at this wheel right here, this wheel basically represents all the different individual needs you may have as an employer and the different individual needs your employees may have. Make sense?
Yeah.
Would you agree, Jerry, that the number one thing you can get your bottom line is wages?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? I might be able to show you a way to help you there.
Okay.
You require benefits, FICA taxes, workman's comp, etc. Would you say that's probably at your bottom line too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I may be able to show you the way there too to help you. Okay? Second thing, would you think that medical insurance is the number two thing you can get your bottom line?
Oh, yeah.
Big time, huh?
Big time.
You know, I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, so like when I look at this, I look at this medical insurance like a block of Swiss cheese. There's holes all in it, correct? And it's like a cheese head, and we go by Packers, and I got my cheese head on, right? Now, I do believe that medical is a foundation, and this stuff can, but medical insurance has holes all in it like a block of Swiss cheese. Number one cause of bankruptcy last year were directly related to medical bills. 68% of all bankruptcies were directly related to medical bills. Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah, actually.
You hear about it all the time, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the craziest thing about that, Jerry, is 78% of those people had some form of health insurance.
Wow.
Now, would you believe that?
If you're telling me, I'll believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: say you have the best health insurance in the world, no deductible, no copays. You're in an accident and miss work for 2 months. Would you agree with me that 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck?
Oh, yeah.
So if you have no health, if you have the best health insurance with no out-of-pocket coverage, but you miss work for 2 months, can you how many people can maintain their current lifestyle? Not many, right? Okay. That's what the difference of our products in this block of Swiss cheese. So we want to make sure that you as an employer can offer your employees some products so they don't have to become one of these stats. In America today, we insure our cars, our homes, our jewelry, all these assets, but the most important asset we have as working Americans is our paycheck. Would you agree?
Yes, oh yeah.
We want to help you, help your employees not become one of these stats. 42% of all Americans say they don't have any life insurance or don't have enough. Okay? The deal is would you agree that, if you're a CEO and you want $1 million of policies, you can get the insurance agent to come out to your home,
Sure.
spend all the time in the world explaining everything. But if you're a regular working American Joe like us and you want $10,000 to $50,000 policy, people are going to tell you to go online, select what you want or whatnot, right? How many people can understand the difference between term and universal and whole?
Oh, man, I don't even understand.
I know, right? Not unless you do it every single day. So what we like to do is help your employees not become one of those stats because we will treat your employees just like $1 million CEO is. Fair enough?
Good, fair enough.
Now, 1 out of 2 men and women will be diagnosed with some type of cancer or critical illness, heart attacks, strokes, etc. And I don't think that's a very alarming stat. I think the more we hear, the more you know of different people with those type of deals. Does that make sense, sir?
Sure does. Yeah, I've lost 2 employees because of that already this year.
So this right here is some of the individual solutions that we have to help follow some of the individual needs your employees may have, okay? our hospital confinement policy. This policy will pay a lump sum and help with out-of-pocket costs on the major medical. You know, as the deductibles come up and they're up in the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 mark, etc., you're finding more and more employees that don't have that money laying around. Something happened. This confinement policy will help pay lump sum payment to help your employees not have to come out of pocket with that. And 2 is our accident policy. Our accident policy pays for every single type of accident you can possibly imagine. Your employees can choose on them, their family, etc., and it'll pay for all types of deals. Every type of accident you can possibly imagine, we will pay you a check for just about. Okay?
Good.
Disability insurance. Our short-term disability insurance will cover your paycheck from 0 months up to 2 years. You get to choose what you want and how you want that to work. So if the doctor ever deems you disabled, then you will be able to keep part of your paycheck coming in. Make sense? Cancer insurance. Our cancer pays every type of payment for everything you can imagine. So if you have chemo, it's going to pay you X amount. Every day you're in the hospital because of the cancer, it's going to pay you X amount. If you and your spouse are traveling back and forth to Oklahoma, it'll pay you mileage, flight, hotel, back and forth to see it. All of the things that you can't imagine you have to pay for, this policy will help cover it and pay you a check directly. Next is our critical illness policy. This will go from $5,000 to $75,000. Just say you have a $50,000 policy, Jerry, and you have a heart attack. When you get out of the hospital and file your claim, you'll get a $50,000 check within, our average time is about 10 days to pay out a claim. Get that check immediately to you.
Wow.
To you do what you need to do with that money. Nobody's going to tell you what to do with it. Make sense? Then our life insurance. We have term, universal, and whole life insurance. We have all different types of offerings to offer to your employees. Okay? Now, just kind of explain to you a little bit about how the process works with us. Let's say, for instance, is there any time of the week that's like a really bad week for your employees? Like, do y'all have like crazy, Monday, this meeting here or that meeting there that's always bad?
Yeah, Wednesdays.
Wednesdays always real bad?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mondays usually come in. So what time do all your employees come in?
Well, they come at different times. We have some come in early, like at 7, some come in at 10.
Okay. So what we would do, let's just say, for instance, so you say Wednesdays are bad, so what about Monday at 9 o'clock, for instance, right? What we'll do is we'll set up a time next Monday at 9 o'clock. Our benefit counsel will come out. We will do a 7-minute employee presentation, give them an explanation of what you're talking about here, give them a packet with rates and everything in it where they can take it home and overlook it with their spouse. We'll have them a sign-up sheet that they can sign to set up to meet with us the next day. And what we're going to basically do here is we're going to poll your employees for you. We don't want you getting in the insurance business. So we're going to go and poll them and get the feel for them, make them sign the one-on-one interview, sit down with them Tuesday. The benefit counsel will come back Tuesday, sit down with them one-on-one, and if they don't want anything, they just sign off on coverage. If they do want something, we're going to sign them up on it and get them rock and rolling. You don't have to do anything else with it besides help us, let us come out and make the awareness and do the work for you. Now, as soon as that process is over, all I ask from you is if 3 or more of your employees would like to take advantage of any of these products, will you payroll deduct and remit the payment at the end of the month?
Sure, but I think I ought to talk to them first, though.
Okay, I understand exactly how you feel. Many of my clients have felt the exact same way in the past. However, what I have found is that, remember what you told me earlier, is like you didn't want it to cost you anything or anything, right?
Right.
Would you agree with me? Your time is very valuable, Jerry.
Yes, well,
I don't want you to have to get into the insurance business. You go out there and talk to them. They may have personal issues with their insurance, etc., that they may not want to talk about with you. I don't want you to have to get in that business, right? You don't want to waste your time with all that. That's why I told you we'll do it. We are a communication company. I'm going to poll them for you. I don't want you to have to do that work, Jerry. So we're going to poll them for you, do all the work, and hey, let me ask you a question. I've been doing this for a pretty good while. If I knew that we couldn't be competitive and your employees probably wouldn't want to participate, do you think I would waste the time setting this all up? Because you're not doing anything here, correct? I am, right? Would I waste my time doing that, do you think, Jerry?
Probably not, but they probably not going to buy it. I don't think they're going to be interested.
Absolutely. A lot of my clients have felt the exact same way. However, I've also seen in the past too that you told me that 9 of your employees had an Aflac policy right now, right?
Right.
Okay. One of the better things about us is majority of the time we're going to save your employees some money on their current Aflac policy. So the thing is you have a carrier that's a little bit more expensive right now, and you've got 9 out of your 20. So I absolutely believe you got a pretty good, 9 out of 20's bought it, so some of them have bought it, right?
That's true.
So all I ask from you, Jerry, is if 3 or more of your employees would like to take advantage of these products, will you payroll deduct and remit the payment at the end of the month?
Do you have some prices that I could take back to show, or do you have anything like rates or anything?
Yeah. Now, I understand exactly, Jerry. Now, let me ask you a question. Each one of your employees are paying for their Aflac policies, correct? And
Right.
you're just payroll deductible.
Right.
Would you agree that they all have different individual needs? Everybody's
Yeah,
different, right? You know,
sure.
maybe cancer runs real deep in this family, and maybe it's heart trouble in this one, you know. Everybody's got different needs, correct?
Sure.
You know, so that's the thing is with them all paying for it individually, their different individual needs, I could probably, somebody that's more so with our benefit counselor sitting down with them, going through what they currently have, to showing them a rate comparison. If we can't save them money, we're not going to want them to switch. And I wouldn't, I know that majority of the time we will.
Good.
But remember, I don't want you getting in the insurance business, so I don't want you to have to worry about that. And again, you're not paying for it, so we can sit down with them one-on-one and do it in a counseling session. Because remember, they all have different individual needs, so instead of you having to worry about that, let us handle it. We'll take care of that and move forward. And all I ask from you, Jerry, is if 3 more of your employees would like to take advantage of these products, will you payroll deduct and remit the payment at the end of the month?
Well, and you know, I'm working with a broker already. Can he do all this already?
Well, let me ask you a question, Jerry. Did the broker bring Aflac in here, or is Aflac tied with your broker?
No, he's not tied with the broker.
Okay.
He does my major medical stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I have a friend. And,
Yeah. I mean, so if he doesn't currently work with the Aflac on it right now, why would he want to get involved in it? Do you know?
just because I know he's a guy in the medical field and
Yeah.
understands, insurance and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
just kind of like to, sometimes kind of run it by him.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I understand exactly how you feel. I really do. And how about this then, Jerry? Since he's not currently having Aflac in there right now, Aflac's doing his own. How about we just set it up and come out and do our part of it? When we get done, I'll go meet with your broker afterwards, because like you told me earlier that your deductibles have gone up and your premiums have gone up. I'm able to show him some ways whenever the re-enrollment comes out for medical to help him out on saving you some costs with some deductibles that he may be really happy about. But if we go ahead and come in with the Aflac and go ahead and replace the Aflac, and then we go work with him, then we can all be kind of working together, unlike right now like they're currently doing. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, fair enough.
So all I ask, Jerry, is if 3 more of your employees would like to take advantage of these products, will you payroll deduct and remit the payment at the end of the month?
Sure.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to get moving forward on the paperwork.
Okay.
Well, what I want to talk about in this presentation aspect is there's the phases. Your warm-up, obviously, you just want to get to know them. Then there's your discovery. Then there's your need, which is the will creating the need. And then the solutions, and then what we call the close, correct? One of the things that I hope you understand is the discovery is your roadmap to all of things. And if you'll notice in the presentation that I did, I found a lot of things out in the discovery that I could use, but I never actually used them because there was no need to. So one of the things I want to pay attention to is digging in the discovery. Keep digging, and keep digging until you find something that you could help with. And if you'll understand one thing that I consistently say in the discovery is, if I could, would you? That's a saying that we used to use tremendous times back in the car business, but it's a simple, if I could, would you? Even if it's something you can't do, if it's an outrageous deal, if I could, would you? Jerry is getting over here going, when I tell him, have your deductibles gone up and down, and whatnot, I go, Jerry, if I could, would you, if I could save you money, give you better products, would you be interested? And what is Jerry saying? Yes. So at the end of it, I'm building up my arsenal. I have a whole ammunition bag full of things, if he tells me no, that he's already told me yes on. If I could, would you? Make sure you're using that in the discovery on everything you can find, if I could, would you? Also, right before I went to the discovery, you heard me say simply, Jerry, before I get in here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you some questions because I don't waste your time, etc. Make sure and state that point, because what that does is that drops the wall. How many times have you been sitting there and you said yes to that salesperson to talk to you, but you really didn't kind of want to, you're kind of in a hurry, and the guy starts going through the entire life history of this company, and you're going, God bless, how long am I going to be here, right? What you're doing right off the bat is letting him know, you're just going to ask him some questions, and if you can't find anything wrong, his time is valuable, you're going to move on. So he's going to be a lot more alert, a lot more attentive. So, breaking the wall down by letting him know what you're doing, and the if I could, would you, and finding out the information that you need there, right? Next is the will. When I went to the will, I do want to hit on this. Do not take off and run if you find the if I could, would you. He says yes, don't just start talking about it. Stay in order. The next is the will. The will creates the need. Even if they have Aflac, even if they have any of it, you go, well, I didn't do the will because they had Aflac, they have the need. Well, majority of the time, if they got 20 employees and 3 people on Aflac, that means they didn't have good working conditions. So they probably never saw the need because they probably just had to talk to them. So no matter what you do, always do the same thing no matter what the situation is. The will with the benefits, with the stats, that drives the need. That is the need. That is everything you need to know about it. That is showing the truth that, oh man, this is a need. That creates the need. Remember, our goal, we need to get the business owner seeing the need. Now, you'll notice how I said many times, individual needs for your employees and individual needs for you. Why? A lot of times they want to try to make the decision for the employees based on these voluntary products, correct? So I'm constantly putting in his head, remember, they all have individual needs, correct? They all have individual minds. Let's not try to make it for him, so I'm constantly putting in his head. And then I went to the simple solutions and hit on the products. Now, hitting on the products, and as soon as I hit on those, one of the things that I found out happened quite often that a lot of employers didn't move forward with us is because we confused them. They didn't know what the process would be. So what I'm doing when I get done with the products, their wall is not up thinking I'm trying to sell them. I'm saying, and to explain to you how it would work, Jerry, like what's a good day? I'm getting dates out of him right now, and he's telling me them because he doesn't feel like I'm closing. Because I said, let me explain to you kind of how it would work if we did it, right? And he's telling me Wednesday's bad, so I know that is, and I'm getting dates out of him. He's giving me dates because he doesn't feel any pressure right now. But I'm explaining the process. This is what I have to have done to do this, correct? Laying it out, my expectations right there. And then the simple close. Jerry, if 3 or more of your employees would like to take advantage of these products, will you payroll deduct and remit the payment at the end of the month? And then shut up and let him talk. And he's always going to throw some kind of objection. Now, here's the deal. A lot of times I get people that mess up here. They start going through these products and start blurting off the difference between us and Aflac because they have Aflac, right? Now here's the deal. Aflac may not even be a problem, so why bring it up for them to ask about it? Start talking about the difference between us. Well, then if they go, well, I want a rate comparison, I want all these side-by-side comparisons, because you're the one who's told them. You're sitting there comparing us with them. Don't bring up anything that does not get brought to your attention. So do the simple thing and go for the sale there, and then overcome every one of your objections by simply understanding exactly how you feel. A lot of my clients have felt the exact same way. However, what I have seen is, and overcome the objection. By keeping that in your mind, I understand exactly how you feel. Some of my people felt the exact same way. However, gives you a second in your mind to think about the objection to overcome if that's locked into you. Now, don't start talking. You'll notice, hey, I mean, we found in the discovery that we could save a ton of money with Section 125. Why didn't I talk about it? I already got the sale. But if I would have said, if I couldn't, after he said he wanted to talk with the employees and I couldn't overcome that there, I probably would have said, Jerry, remember when you told me, then I go back. And as I go through, if there's an objection that keeps getting blocked, I may go bring up one of my ammunition packets. Okay? Now, when I get the paperwork set, everything's signed and delivered, I'm going to go to him and go, look, I'm going to set you a Section 125 up and save money. Then at the end, if you have that ammunition, it's like icing on the cake for you instead of bringing it out to shoot. Now, you can use it for your shooting arrows, but don't blurt it all out. Don't bring it up unless it has to be brought up. Do not start comparing yourself to Aflac and all these products because you're going to consistently get them to bring it up. Well, I want to see a comparison. And it might not have even been an issue. And so keep your ammo that you fire back and go, Jerry, I've always told them if I got done with it and I can't get them to move forward with me off of an objection, I'll go, Jerry, let me ask you a question. You told me that if I could save you some money and you didn't have to do any work like the premium only plan, I'll do it for free. I'll do all the paperwork. You don't have to do anything, and you and your employees are going to save a ton of money right away. You said you would be interested in that. So let me ask you a question. What's the real reason you don't want to do business with me today? And shut up. Ask him point blank. Because here's what you're doing. You're telling him what he already told you. He said yes to these things, and you're throwing it right back at him and asking, what's the real reason you don't want to do business with me today? One of the problems that I get is a lot of it, I see a lot of agents, they'll take that no, that's good, I'm going to talk to my employees and we'll do it, yeah, let's go ahead and look at this date, right? They take that as a yes, and then they chase that account down for a month. When I get done with the presentation, I'm going to get a no or a yes. When I get done with it, I'm gonna ask 7, 8 times, if 3 more employees like to take advantage of it, will you payroll deduction when you pay? They're either gonna hate me when they're done, or they're gonna do business with me. Either way it goes, my time's not wasted, okay? And they're not even gonna hate me at the end of it, because you ask yourself, how did that feel pressured of if 3 or more of your employees like to take advantage? It's not a pressure close, they don't feel it, because it's a simple, this is what it is. So don't start veering off a path that you don't need to veer down. Stick to the basic, do the exact same thing, and then use the found as your overcoming objections, and keep your ammunition locked up, and don't blow everything you know when you might not need to do it. So again, the discovery, break the wall down, let them know what you're doing, you're not going to waste their time. If I could, would you in the discovery? Find a lot of if I could, would you. That's building your ammo. Make the transition, building the need, the stats, the wheel, individual needs, individual solutions, individual, so he's getting it in his head. Make the switch with the quick, exact rundowns of the products. Explain the process to that business owner so they don't get confused. Keep it very simple. And then they close. If 3 or more of your employees would like to take advantage of this, Jerry, will you payroll deduct and remit the payment at the end of the month? Very simple. Overcoming objections. I understand exactly how you feel. Many of my employees have felt the exact same way. However, boom, use your ammunition and go back and show them one by one and try to close. Every time you show them an objection, go for the close. If they bring you another one, go use another ammunition to do. Because don't bring up, unless it's brought up, one of them might get the deal sealed and you bring up something that brings up another issue. So, I want you to know I do this same presentation. I don't care if it's a 5-man group or a 150-man group. I do it every single time. I do it the exact same way because it keeps me very, very consistent. And I can promise you that if you do the exact same thing every time, that you're going to be successful running this presentation. Hope you got something out of this. Do you have anything to add, Jerry?
Outstanding. Just follow it. Follow the system.
Thank you, guys.